nervous.
Am I on?
I heard Harry was lining up them scientific questions.
Yeah, he's getting ready, man.
I'm okay with Harry lining like scientific stuff up because Harry and I probably know about the same. So.
What's up, everyone?
How we doing?
Live.
How we doing? We're up. We're up and running now. Hey guys.
Well, thanks for joining, everybody.
Hi.
Tonight we've got Big Dog with us. I'm Adam, Beach Bum Xotics. Have my co-host over there,
Joel here, State 48. Hanging out, getting ready to kick this night off. Right, we finally got the big dog. We narrowed him down, wrangled him in, threatened him, and he's here now.
You guys finally invited me. I honestly was butthurt about it, dude. I was fucking upset at you guys. Like, you guys literally getting two people like twice on your show already and still haven't even got me on there.
Right. Well, see what happened was we felt like now you're really ready, like
for sure.
you're big enough to be on our show now. So it's like
dude, that would be yes. You guys had Harry on last week.
He's a big dog, dude. He's a big dog.
Harry's a little dog.
Hey, be nice to Harry, Wayne.
Yeah.
Harry is the homie. Harry is like the legit homie.
Harry's the homie. And we've got K Reptiles in the house. What up, K Reptiles?
Yeah, we do. Big B Reptiles.
Oh, B Reptiles.
Yeah.
What's up, Barrows? Shout out to Barrows.
Carrie.
Barrows in the house.
Oh, geez. Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up.
I really appreciate it. Definitely. We'll just give it a little bit while everybody's joining in, and we'll be getting started.
What would you guys What would you do if you had a record of like only 3 people there? Like, my feelings, no lie, would be like demonic, dude. I had to completely disintegrate my YouTube channel.
3 people live.
All right, you guys heard it. Take off now.
No.
Everybody leave for a couple minutes and then come back.
Hey, while we're waiting and before we get into the good stuff, man, where are you at, Miguel? That room looks pretty pimp.
Oh, this is my bedroom.
Nice, dude.
Wow, nice.
Cool. Like, I just got a pool table back there.
Yeah.
But I'm in Las Vegas.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I just met up with Jay Brewer.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was just out here. We just had some lunch. We were at we ate at Pink Tacos.
Nice.
Yeah.
That place is good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Are you back at the Hard Rock? Is that where you're at?
Yeah. Dude, I love the Hard Rock, man.
The Hard Rock's a nice hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. It's chill.
All right. So answer me one question. Was Jay in his brown shirt?
No.
What?
Yeah,
He was suited up, man.
Yeah. That had a straight collared shirt tucked in, blue jeans, some like loafers, and a freaking hat.
What?
Yeah, he was
that
ready.
looked solid. Like,
I don't know if
George Clooney at first.
I can see where you get confused.
Nah, Jay's awesome, but I have a hard time imagining him wearing anything other than that brown shirt.
No, seriously, same here.
It's part of his character now.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's his freaking costume. Like
it's part of who he is.
I like your shirt too, Joel. Your shirt's cool. Big shout out to him from Reptiles. Now that guy's a legit big dog. Like
he is. That's a big dog. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that dude's a Great Dane. Dude, if Hammer was a human, he'd look just like Nick.
Yeah, big dog stuff, dude. Big dog stuff.
Seriously.
I mean, if you haven't had the big dog high five at Pomona, that's like something that's better than being at the show, to be honest. Catching that big dog high five. So everybody that hasn't been to Pomona has got to show up for that.
Are you going to Pomona this what is it, August?
Of course I am. Yeah, and the San Diego show. I think I'm gonna do San Diego.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. Maybe. I don't know.
What about the CRBE?
The Canadian show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big plan too. I'd like to do that.
That was really cool, dude. I have a really good friend, Barrows, out there with B Reptiles.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen him a couple times on the YouTube. Seems like he's a nice guy.
Oh, I love
Go Team Carrie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I feel like we're a little warmed up now. Maybe Miguel, you want to start us out with how it all began? What's the story? What's the story?
All right. Well, my mom met my dad in Mexico. Just like no, as far as the reptiles.
Yeah. No, wait. I mean, no. I wanted the story. I wanted that you started out great.
I'll make the story very short. So when I was young, I used to always catch reptiles, lizards, snakes, rattlesnakes, whatever, you know. Right. And I would get in trouble with my parents around 10 years old. They never liked it, you know. So they were just something I was always into. At the age of 14, I was able to buy my first snake, which was a Burmese python. Right. And after that, dude, I had a albino Burmese python. And again, I'm just a kid not knowing how big they're going to get. These things end up getting like 9 feet long, you know.
Huge.
So check this out. At one time, I think I was 16, and I had about 3 Burmese pythons, 2 iguanas, like 7 veil chameleons. I mean, dude, I had everything in my room, you know?
Right.
And then I had to get rid of them because Jesse was having a kid with his ex-wife, and my parents, they were so Mexican, you know. I mean, we could be like 30 years old still living with them, you know. So my parents told me, hey, Jesse, his wife, you know, he's not going to stay there with the kids if you have those big snakes there. We want to grow up with the grandchildren and blah blah blah.
Right.
So I had to get rid of them. And
yeah.
That's how kind of that started. But then
But
after
you fed the children.
Yeah, you got rid of the kids.
You fed the children to get rid of them.
But you know, my mom thought that, you know, the 9-footer was going to be able to eat my nephew. I mean, but that's just one of those things. But after that, though, I mean, honestly, I've always just had reptiles throughout my whole life. And then I started getting serious with the wife and kids, breeding bearded dragons about 7 years ago.
Right.
I did that for about 3 to 4 years. If you go back to my personal Instagram and you go all the way back in the beginning to like my first post, my first like 4 posts are nothing but bearded dragons. On my first
really?
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool because I feel like not a lot of people probably know that.
No, yeah, dude, that's what we got into. Like, but then after having so many of them, I mean, dude, it took a lot of work. You know, it's not like your ball pythons, dude. I mean, it takes a lot of work. So, you know, we ended up selling to some kid in San Luis Obispo. He took all our cages and everything, and then we had one snake. And then Aubrey, you know, came across Brian Barczyk's vlog.
Right.
I started seeing. I was like, oh my gosh, there's white snakes. There's these pieds. I mean, I didn't know the name of them, you know, but I was like, wow. Then I started thinking, man, this guy makes a living off of that. Then I started watching other people's channels, and that's how it all started.
Right. Yeah, that's really cool.
A good 6 months in, I probably had about 15 male normals, like 5 females. But I just wanted to have the life of like the drawers, because you see it on YouTube, everyone picking stuff out and just, you know, all these snakes. That's what I wanted, you know.
Yeah, man, I remember watching the beginning of your YouTube when you were buying like those collections and doing all that kind of stuff, and it was, you know, the PVC racks in the room where White Essay is now. Yeah, and you had that in there. Yeah, that was
I think I've been through it all, from making your own kind of racks, from probably every kind of rack, from vision racks. I mean. Sea serpents, ARS to Freedom. I mean, I've been through all of it, and really in a very quick time too.
Right. Yeah. You've seen a huge transition between those like beginning, you know, just YouTube videos alone to where you are now. I feel like
I go back and Jesus, man, that was brutal.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
If I really like want to feel better, like, you know, really look at myself and be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? I go way back 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it's all trial and error, right?
It is, right? Yeah, and of course it's like weird in the beginning.
I will say this: out of all the things I've gone through, from the goods and bads, I wouldn't change any of it.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all learning experience, right? And just keep going at it. And I mean, what's one of the major things you've seen changed specifically with YouTube since, you know, back then, and social media also to today? Like,
what have I seen as far as change?
Yeah, like, you know,
in the platform,
and how you adapted and stuff.
Well, my thing, I don't know if you guys, I mean, to me, the whole YouTube, let's just talk about YouTube alone. YouTube to me has been very hard to, you know, figure out, you know. I've had this channel for 2 years, and I always try to switch things here and there. Right when I feel that I'm getting to where I want to be, I get hit with something else, and it's like, I know it's not right, you know, because I enjoy doing the YouTube videos. But now the only thing I've noticed that I've changed is that I'm bringing my family more into it, and it's making it a lot more fun for myself to do these videos and to edit them. You know,
right.
That's what I would say the biggest change as far as social media on my end with my channel, be bringing the family into it. And that's why we're switching the whole name from always. It's not going to be Always Evolving Pythons no more.
Really?
After a few weeks, it's just going to be AEP.
Right. Yeah. You're going to change the yeah. I think that's cool. Right. I like that a lot. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, as with anything, I feel like in anybody's life, something that you're serious about becomes part of your life. And, you know, obviously your family is your life. So, I mean, they're going to be involved regardless. So I feel like bringing them in and showing, you know, how everything works. You know, I think that's cool.
And then I'm telling you, man, it makes it a lot more fun. I mean, I started this because of them. Well, because of
right.
And now, I mean, we're still continuing it, man. And it just makes it a lot stronger and it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Plus, I can only vlog myself so many damn times, dude.
Yeah.
You know, having different characters, you know, in there to play around with makes it a lot easier for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
And big shout out to Jesse too, my brother. I mean, I couldn't be where I'm at without that guy too, man. I love that dude.
Yeah.
He's the real, like, the hard work behind, you know,
there you go,
grinding in AEP for sure.
Yeah, the AEP work.
And how would somebody send Jesse a message? AEP Foreman, right? On Instagram?
AEP Foreman, yeah.
Yeah. Go over there and thank him.
Yeah.
Thank him for the big dog.
Yeah, Jesse, if you're watching, thank you. And again, now that I'm here, a big shout out to all the homies, man. Harrison, Willis, Chris, Matt Byram, Barrows. You guys are all amazing, man. And Adam and Joel, thanks for having me on here, dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. We're you know, pumped we finally got to send the invite out to you. You know, I know we kind of strung you along there for a while, so we're glad to have you, you know.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm kind of flaky. Could have been my fault.
No, we forgot to send the invite.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time Joel would tell me, hey, wait, you're going to go see Miguel, make sure you invite him. And I was like, if I get around to it, I don't know.
Something comes up. Yeah. What can you do?
Oh, man. Nah, that's funny. But no, you know, and that's one thing I also love that you do through your social media, right? Is you're helping everybody too. Like, you know, giving shout outs like you just did. And it's huge, right?
I am huge, man. You know what? Since I started my first business, I've noticed that a lot of people get very greedy with their own brand, as you should to some extent, right?
Right.
But I think the more you push people to do better, it only shows that confidence that you have in yourself, that people they see is like, oh my gosh, this guy's shouting that guy out. Like, why isn't he just, you know, like keeping everything to himself and stuff? But I've noticed the more people that do good, the better off you're going to be doing yourself at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't tell you how much people have told me, dude, why are you shouting this person out? Why are you shouting that person out? It's like, dude, why not? Dude, there's not enough breeders in this world that could make all the combinations for everyone's needs. No, there's not.
No way, dude.
But there's so much people in this industry that I've noticed that are so close-minded that they want to make everything and anything to supply everything for everybody.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, shoot, like let's take Justin example. Justin Kabelka. That guy to me is a straight artist. You know, he makes some of the best things, and this guy could still not make enough more to give everyone, you know, the satisfaction to have one of his, you know, top, you know, notch animals.
Yeah,
you know? We could have about 20, 30 Justin Kabelkas, and it still wouldn't be enough.
Right.
You're playing with odds. You're playing with nature. I mean, you just don't know how it's ever going to go.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's something to really take into account, dude. It's just literally the randomness of this. You know, it's so hard to hit, you know, head to head, just getting one visual in a lot of clutches. I mean, I've seen head to head and all normals come out. You know, it's like there's some really big factors here that are coming into play on luck, you know.
Dude, it's crazy, man. But I mean, yeah, that goes back to, you know, just shouting everyone out and helping everyone out. I try to help as much people as possible, dude. When I go to shows, I always like doing shout outs for people's tables. I like, you know, telling people who's going to be vending here and stuff like that. I mean, dude, because again, man, I mean, no one can support everyone's, you know, needs.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things that I would have shout out though. Just, you know.
Wait, did you say Team Carey? Is that what you said? Team Carey?
Carey.
What's a carry?
Carry.
Team Carry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In honor of Turtle.
Oh yeah. No, but yeah. No kid, no Team Carry on this side.
No, you know, man, and through your channel also, I think that's what why people kind of gravitate towards your YouTube a lot, is because I mean, you're putting out awesome content, you have great snakes, but man, you put out that message of let's help each other, like let's support each other. And that's what I want to watch when I put something. I want to watch something like positive, right? That kind of like inspires me, makes me feel good. And that's what I get from you.
You know, back to the whole positivity thing, since you bring that up. Everyone always says, oh, your channel's very positive. So I don't talk or push positivity ever, but I will do and show positivity on my channel.
Right.
The problem is when people try to talk a lot of positivity, it just brings more negativity. And that's a proven fact, you know?
Yeah.
So like I said, like instead of talking and just, you know, doing all the work, you do a lot more by showing people positive movements and stuff like that instead of talking it, you know?
Right. Yeah, because then it's in your face too. It's not just a theory, you know, if someone's acting on it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, until this day though, man, I mean, trying to keep a nice, positive, fun channel or however it is, dude, you still get some brutal people, man.
Right.
I don't think I could go without a vlog where I don't delete at least 5 to 7 comments on there.
Really? That's
Dude,
crazy, man. That's crazy.
Dude, and it's funny because most of them are honestly, they're grown men. Because, you know, you'll look at their channels and stuff like that. Then you see the stuff that they follow and they post, and I'm just like, dude, this guy's like mid-30s or early 40s, and he's so upset.
Right.
Like, dude, I mean, it's kind of sad. It goes back. But again, it makes me think like, dude, how insecure is this individual that he's that bothered by me doing something on my channel or, you know, having some kind of success. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of funny at the end of the day, really.
Yeah.
You've showed me some of the comments, and I can tell, like, you know, you definitely can't let it get to you, but like, so I'm like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. And you're like, wait, that guy's being a complete jerk. And I'm like, I know, but you can only laugh at it because that's how sorry he is. Like,
but then I'm already messaging stuff. And then I'll send something, make sure he sees it, and then I'll block him.
And then you
I want to let him know how I feel.
Dude, let it ride, man. Let it ride.
Sometimes it's hard, man. It's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because what do you do in that situation? Taking it out and arguing with this person on the internet is a losing battle every time. Like,
every time.
Ignorant.
It is.
Rude.
It doesn't make me feel good sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I know. And that's what makes it hard, is because it feels so good to do it.
Yeah, no.
You know?
You're right.
Yeah. So Miguel, so when Aubrey got you back into snakes, you said that you kind of went into it, just dove in, right? And then you changed your plan. So would you tell us about that?
Yeah. So when Aubrey got me into it, you know, we were honestly everything on Craigslist, just Craigslist snakes. That's right. Everything I got was all Craigslist snakes, right? And again, I had the finance to buy stuff, but I didn't know there was morph markets. I didn't know there was these breeders. Like, I didn't know there was Tinleys, Pomonas. I didn't even know there was none of that stuff. I just wanted to pull out bins and feed them like Brian Barczyk was, you know, clean them like Brian Barczyk was, and stuff like that. Right. Now, when I first, so I started having those kind of snakes and started realizing something. I wanted to just have one clutch, right? I remember I bought this guy's collection, and I mean, these things were ready to go. So I started pairing them without even knowing what the hell I was doing, right? So around that time is when I went to the Pomona show with Brian Cusco. He actually came to the house, and, you know, met him and Garrett, and they took me to the Pomona show. And that's when everything just changed. Like, when I was like, oh wow, there's like a business side of this, like a legit business side of this. I'm like, okay, I need to start, you know, pumping the brakes a little bit, you know, because at this point I already had like 170 snakes, but I'm telling you, half of them were males, you know. Right. And oh, hold on, someone's at the door. 1 second.
Okay. This is our intermission period.
Brief intermission.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, Renowned Reptiles, and
wait a second. No, he can't sponsor.
can just put it right here. That'd be good. And lemons, of course. So gratuity is already here. We just need your signature. Awesome.
Oh man.
Go ahead and just let this one ride out.
Yeah, we'll just let this one go down. No.
Awesome.
Jay Brewer coming on. That would be pretty sick, the Ball Python project. Hell yeah.
So
Cheers.
Good, cheers. There we go.
okay. So where are we at again?
So yeah, you had 170 snakes, about half
were
of
all
them
males. 99% male ratio.
So you know what? I'm gonna talk to you guys about something real quick that I thought would be perfect. I never wanted to do it on my YouTube channel, but
We'll do it here.
I'm gonna tell you something that I did that I totally now see that it is that was jacked up, and I made some really good money off of it. That's why I started first buying some really good snakes. So I remember seeing Brian Cusco do this auction. I remember it was like a firefly clown that he had. He did on one of his lives when I first started watching his YouTube. And I was like, oh wow, he did an auction. So I was like, remember I started doing the YouTube auctions, right?
Yeah.
So I started all the snakes that I had. Honestly, I started flipping the hell out of them.
Right.
And at this point, again, I didn't know. I mean, now knowing how the reptile community, how everyone's just really against each other, and they just, no matter if you do good or bad, I really don't care. I'd be flipping the hell out of them regardless. But, you know, when I was trying to switch from that, you know, I was on, you know, I was doing these auctions, and I was, you know, selling them. I wasn't even producing any of them, but I was getting good money for them, you know. Yeah. It was kind of like, I realize that now that it was kind of a messed up thing to do, but it really, again, I've been screwed in this industry. I've done some bad stuff in this industry, but at the same time, I wouldn't change any of it because it wouldn't have cleared my mind to where it's at right now and look at the way the things I look at the reptile community now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that's how I started getting some of my first high-end snakes. I was just flipping all the old stuff that I had that I bought very cheap because
you were buying collections.
Yeah, and some guys were like, well, if you're going to buy this, I'll just give you 50 more of the snakes. And I was like, all right, cool.
Right.
And again, I was doing those auctions, but then I started realizing that, man, you know, there's a right way of doing it, but at the same time, there's not really no passion. And I know what people mean by that, because now that I'm so, you know, like the way I look at my projects now, I am very like, how do I say it? Like, I'm so focused on some of these projects. I'm trying to put so much into it for these things to go that, you know, for someone to go out there and just start flipping some of these things, you're kind of like, dude, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I see it, you know, because I stress out on some of the females that don't go, and some of that are going. It's just, you know, it's a lot of work and a lot of mind, brutal brain, you know.
Yeah.
Power that goes through that, man.
Yeah, you know, that's actually, I think that's how I kind of stumbled across your channel, was when you were doing the auctions. I saw you pop up on my YouTube feed as live at that point. And so I joined, and I was just kind of like, oh, who's this? It was like, oh, right on auction. Everybody was laughing, having a good time in the auction. And then, like, I checked out your channel. It was a little rough at the beginning. I was like, all right, no, I'm joking.
At least we're friends, right?
No.
Yeah.
You know, so when I was doing these live auctions, that's some of the times where I had the best numbers as far as subscriptions. And, you know, like turning these animals around, it was like crazy. You know, when people talk about making a living with reptiles, people say, oh, you can't do it. Man, that's BS. You could 100% make a living in reptiles. There's just a couple of ways of doing it. But I'll tell you right now, like if I kept that auction going, like the way I was doing it, and these people that I knew that I was buying stuff, dude, I could easily make really good money. Like really, really good money. But again, it's not what I wanted to do. Bringing in animals from people's collections I don't even know what it is. I wanted to really get to the point where when I met Justin, and that's kind of the format that I wanted, you know, to follow.
Doing his breeding. Yeah. Well, I think that was interesting too, saying about passion. You know, just flipping them like that and doing stuff like that, I feel like takes away from the animal and turns it into more of a product. You know, buying wholesale and then selling, basically, because that's, you know, buying collections, you buy it basically a wholesale price, and then you can move those out, you know, sync individually.
You know, and this goes back to the whole, like, again, I got so much crap about these big time breeders saying, you know, oh, you're just flipping animal, blah, 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 this and that. And then they found out that I was buying them all cash.
Right.
And then the same guys that were giving me all this crap, hey, dude, I have like 30 snakes here. If you want to buy them, just don't say you got them from me. But the same people that talk bad about me, but then at the same time would take my money in a heartbeat. Like, this industry is so crazy, man. And I mean, I've been And as far as business, I mean, I've had a construction business. I've had been to fitness, nutrition. I mean, I've been to so much different businesses with cars and stuff. And I will say the reptile community is by far the most drama-filled, childish community there is out there in the business side of it.
Right.
And I'm being dead honest. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it or say it, but I'm a dude. It's the honest truth. I mean,
right.
I mean, I've dealt with people with financial advisors. I mean, investors. Dude, like general contractors. I mean, dude, you name it, I've dealt with them. Celebrities and things like that.
Right.
But dude, I thought the gym industry with all the female side was bad. No, do you put them next to reptile community men?
Right.
The reptile men will completely kill them, dude. 100%. 100%.
But you're right. It's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, right? But you know that it's very true, and I'm happy though. I think we're seeing a wave of change kind of come through where we have more and more people that are down to like be friends and help each other, right? Like it doesn't have to be, you know, a contest type of.
It doesn't, but you know, it's gonna be like that regardless, man.
Well, I think there's always gonna be like that, but like with channels like yours, right? Messages like Joel and I are trying to put out, I think more and more people realize like that path only has one end to it, and it's self-destruction at the end. Who the hell wants to be a part of that? Not me, right?
You know, which then brings me back also to do you guys remember back in the beginning when I started my when I started getting really like high end more? So I always said, hey, I'm not looking at it as a hobby, I'm looking at it as a business. Because to me, I feel like anything out of business, it means that you're really, really, really looking into it as far as making money. The money that comes in, you could obviously feed your reptiles a lot better. You could, you know, invest into bigger projects and better stuff for yourself and for your animals, right?
Right.
So one thing when I was with Justin, you know, when him and I were there, I wanted to do this video, sit down video with him. You know, I thought who better to do it with someone that's living the dream that a lot of people want to, you know, live.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'd sell everything that if I could just breed snakes and do my YouTube, hands down, you know. But what a lot of people don't like talking about is the business side of it. As far as is there money in reptiles? Oh, you know, you can invest all this money, you're not going to get it back, dude. That's the biggest baloney ever. I used to be in this group chat of friends, man, and these guys just were so. How do I say it? They're so negative. They were always like, "Oh no, you can't make that. You can't make this. You just need to, you know, do it this way. You need to do it that way." But my thought was always like, you know, I take a look back at these guys, and I've seen these guys doing it for so long, but there's no rise from when they've been doing it from 15 years to 20 years.
Why are they still there?
So why do you follow these guys, right? So I started taking my own steps and start doing my own thing, right? And I wanted to do a whole video, which brings me back to I want to do a whole video about the business side, about the money. Like I feel so 100% confident telling you how much I've invested in this, and I've 100% I've already made 100% back of my money and some. Every new snake that I've purchased has been from new snakes that I've sold. All my snakes paid for my brothers. 5 days out of the week pays for all the bin, pays for everything, and it still gives me some money on the side.
Right. So the complete return on your investment. With, you know, some spending money to go to Tinley.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh no, there's no money into this. You can't do it. I'm like, dude, if you want to like pull out papers, I could pull out facts and I can show you guys statements, invoices. 100% you could. If I had 3 times the size of the collection that I did now, I would 100% sell everything off and be able to, you know, live off of reptiles. 100%.
Right.
The only reason why I can't do that right now is because I don't want to jump into something, start buying stuff and just make random stuff. I want to do it slowly, do a lot of holdbacks, buy some of the stuff that Justin has, buy some of the stuff that, you know, other people have just to get, you know, kind of have like every tub, say if it's just the normal, but at least, you know, it's like quad something, you know?
Right. Power.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Every snake has a really, really driven purpose, and that's past your first or second breeding. That's well into the future for that animal, you know, something
like,
that
what's it called? Last year I had 37 clutches. This year I only think I'm going to have 20 to 25.
Right.
Now I could have bred more, but there was no reason to because I would have just bred the same thing I bred last year.
Right.
I want to make stuff that nobody has, or if somebody does have it, there's only going to be 1 or 2 of them around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Always changing. Always evolving, I think is what they say.
You know, to me, it's like, I always, you know, it's like Justin's a guy we want to catch up to. There's impossible to catch up to that guy. But you can cut a little corners by grabbing something that he doesn't have, you know, kind of, you know, meet him halfway, you know?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's my whole thought on that. I know I kind of strayed away a little bit, but I wanted to get that out there.
That was right what we wanted. That was a perfect answer. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Good job. And Turtle applauds you also, I think. I don't know. She was talking trash in chat earlier, but I think she's
Was she really? See, I've been thinking about breaking up with her.
Yeah, you know what you have to do, man. You know what you
know what? I guarantee, if I was around Tina right now, she was probably saying, "That's my man right there. That's my man." I can already hear her. So don't leave a friend, Turtle.
No, I'm joking. Oh man. And you know, love the support from the family and all that.
Yeah.
Got so many people in here. A lot of people joking. Chat's going off right now. So
I wish I could see the chats.
Well, I'll read it to you one by one towards the end.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to show them all.
Right.
No, I'm totally making it worse than it is.
Hey, is my crew in there? Harry, Byram, Chris,
oh yeah,
Willis, and Barrows?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we have the K for Team Carry tonight.
I don't get why do you keep saying that?
Because that's who's on KB right now. It's Carrie.
I know a Meg.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, so question though. All right. So right now, right, you've shifted your collection into like specific projects and like advancing the projects that are currently out by stacking genes we haven't seen, stuff like that. Do you also think that there's a place for somebody to still kind of get in on like a budget level and not really produce things like that? Like, or you know what I mean? Like, what's your advice for somebody starting out?
100% I think there is. I really, really do. And this goes back to things that Justin was saying as far as the females, you know. I didn't really get what he meant in the beginning. I really just thought he didn't want to sell me his males, you know, like, he was like, what do I do with the females? 2 years later, it's like, dude, like you're using the male, but I totally get it. And this goes back to something that, you know, you, Adam, that you and I talked about that, for example, let's take the hypo puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's been having all these puzzle projects, all these puzzle things. And I knew for a fact I was never going to catch up with the puzzle stuff. There was too much people already, you know, you got Willis from Royal Canadian Reptiles. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could go on with all these different people. And my thing was like, okay, man, so I just need that male. Because then I realized all the females that I did have from 2 years ago that are ready to go were like powerhouse females. Now I know I'm not going to make these visual puzzles, but I think the hets that I will be making are going to be as powerful, or if not even more, than those visual puzzles that will be made at this time.
Right, exactly.
You know? So when it goes back to, you know, like starting something on a low budget, you definitely could. I think, you know, some people should get, if they want to start it slow, a good 5 to 10 solid females and just raise them up, kind of learn them, you know, like that's something that I wish I would have done, like learn them more, you know, grow them up yourself, see how they work. And then by the time they're ready to go, I mean, you put all your money into that one male that could really make all these, you know, worlds first.
Yeah, absolutely. There are plenty of snakes like that.
Like here's another scenario with me is the sunset. I paid a good amount of money for my sunsets, right?
Right.
I knew for a fact I was never going to catch up to, you know, making these combos, like, you know, these inchy sunsets, inchy banana lessers. There was no way. Brock, Brad, they were already killing it with that. I mean, you had Fred Kick doing those things. But then now it's like I sit back and I remember these females that I bought from Justin, for example, the Gotham female, right? It's a coral glow leopard clown.
Yeah.
She's about to lay any day now from that sunset. Anything that comes from that is going to be in a very, very powerful, you know, double head. Right?
Absolutely.
You know, and then I put him to an inchy desert ghost. That's another one. I mean, I have him to a pastel Batman. I mean, everything that's going to be double head is going to be pretty killer from that guy. Right.
And that brings up a really good point, because you're not breeding, you know, you're setting it up to where you're not just breeding for this year. You know, you're making that strength for 4 years from now, you know? And
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
there's no way I could catch up to him that way. And my
Right.
brain always thinks like, I always want to beat someone, but it's not always about that short race. It's kind of,
Right.
like a long, long race. Like,
Right.
for example, people are gonna hit the what's it called? The Sunset Clown this year, for sure. But most likely it's gonna be a pastel Sunset Clown or just a Sunset Clown.
Right.
When I have my subreddit, it's gonna be like next season, I'm gonna try to hit some Batman sunsets.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how you do it.
Yeah. And again, that comes a lot from, having a lot of conversations with Justin, though. I mean, dude, I could talk to that guy, honestly, has been, I would say about 70% of all the help that I've gotten in the whole snakes and the guidance has been through Justin. That guy, honestly, is a solid dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, great. I couldn't be here where I'm at if it wasn't for that guy. That's a big shout out for Justin, by the way. Good.
Yeah. So mentoring, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finding somebody in the hobby that you work well with is important,
It's cool because, I have Brian Barczyk that helps me, with the social media part, we'll talk here and there. And sometimes I ask Brian stuff with the snakes, but he'll tell me, shut up. He's like, dude, he goes, I mean, I'm back in the day with like pinstripes and stuff like that. He goes, I don't know about this or I don't know about that.
Right.
He'll give me like sometimes like the old, techniques that he would do. But as far as like straight reptile, like what I'm doing, it's all Justin, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Justin's still obviously very, very involved with that side of it,
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like
with all like the new age and all the new growth and all the new stuff that's coming in every year, man.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that Wookiee combo he posted today. That thing was ridiculous. That thing's crazy. Every day there's always something new on there that he's bringing to the table. So
I'm right behind him on that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we don't know how it's gonna work. But if it works out great, I'll be bringing.
Right.
Miguel, MJ said he's under your couch, or did he say at the door? One of the two, but be careful. MJ might be under your.
No, it doesn't smell like cannabis. It doesn't smell like cannabis. No, he's not here.
He's not.
MJ is not here. What's up, MJ? Another big shout out to the big homie.
Homie.
I didn't know if he was gonna make it.
He wants to fight me now. I shouldn't have said
that. So shifting gears a little, ball pythons I know is one of your main focus. Like that's probably a majority of the different species you keep. But like, what else you got? I know anybody that's interested in your channels. You have White Essay.
So those I would consider my pets. White Essay is my pet.
Right.
Venom's my pet. The Sulfur is my pet. All those that you see are more like mascots, right? Same thing with the indigo. But as far as breeding, I am trying to breed a Viper boas. I've always loved those things. And Tina is trying to get into, breeding leeches and Viper boas. I think that's where we'll keep it. But one thing that I am shooting for that, to me, is just one of the bucket list write-offs is I want to have a reticulated python clutch. And I'm not talking about super dorks. I'm talking about a
big snakes, man. Big
Dave Brewer style,
yeah.
Huge clutch, dude.
Yeah.
I think everyone should experience that at least once.
Yeah.
I like that, dude. That's just me, though.
I like that. I love the idea of that.
I know my friend Matt Byram. He's not that kind of that daredevil type of hardcore man.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy, but he gets a little afraid of anacondas or anything that grows over 10 feet. I know, he wouldn't be in stuff like that, but us adrenaline junkies, us
heck yeah,
man, for sure.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I mean, I obviously have some.
Yeah, I think you're gonna do that too, right?
Yeah, I'm working that direction, man. That'd be cool. I'd love to have a big retic room, just big retic room.
Dude, that'd be so cool. It'd be so cool.
That would be badass. I agree.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. I like it. So we had a question pop in. Are you planning on opening a reptarium, or is that top secret? I don't know what's going on.
So I'll tell you guys this. This is the plan. So yes and no. So we're 50-50. We're either going to buy a new house and build a, very, very big, facility, kind of like something like Justin's doing.
Right.
Or we are going to get into a facility and kind of have like a own private reptarium for just invite only, which it'll just be my personal reptiles, some like really, really cool stuff. Like, for example, like Brian's place, but it wouldn't be open to the public. It'd be
Right.
just my animals. My
Yeah, you're man cave, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then I would definitely put the anaconda that my friend Matt Byron was very afraid of in a private room with like locks and everything like that. And
yeah, see, that would be cool. That's like the goals right there. Having like a really sick enclosure and like it's really nice.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what it is. Either we're gonna get a new house and build off of that, or we're gonna get a facility and do a private a reptile.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I think that'll be super sick. Yeah, because I mean, dude, you've already got some sick pets, right? And so
yeah, I mean, I say I have about a year until I have to do something.
Right.
I mean, I have to.
Yeah, because of the big grow out.
Yeah, or I could just leave Tina and the kids and get my own house, like next door. Just live alive.
Yeah. I mean, that's always an option. I feel like.
I ran numbers. I was running numbers, and it was almost good. But then she said she wanted to take me to court, and then that's where I kind of
yeah. Well, that's what that's if there was a real good prenup involved at all with that, but I didn't.
You decided to work it out.
Yeah. And you know what? The kids are cool. Tina's cool. Right.
No.
Yeah,
no Jesse no more.
No. Oh man, I love your family. Big shout out to Obs and Ace and everybody, dude.
Yeah, hi, Ace, and Harris, Byram, Chris, Sarah, and Willis. Awesome peeps, man.
Ace. All right, I got a question for you now.
Yeah. So
what would you say it takes, and I don't know how difficult or not difficult this question is, what would you say it takes to get to a position where you're at now? What is like, and that's not just the money side of it. What is like the time? What is the, because you're putting out a lot of videos, and I don't know if everybody realizes editing videos and stuff like that, that takes a lot of time. So, what does it really take to build a brand like as well as you have? And honestly, it's sort of short amount of time.
Yeah, well, I'm going to my third year. I'm 2.5 years in now with my channel, right?
Right.
As far as like someone new starting, or what?
Yeah. Like, so if somebody wanted to kind of, you've inspired them to move in that direction.
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
So what I would say, man, is obviously, the first thing is brand yourself. In the beginning, I was kind of just like all over the place. Again, trial and error. I think it's really good to learn these things because, it changes you little by little. But if I could start it off, I definitely start off with a brand, right?
Right.
And 100%, this is what this is one little problem that I see with a lot of people right now is a lot of people are copying other people. In some small doses, it's fine. But when you have like no originality bone in your body,
right,
you're literally like just chasing after like one person or two person, like that, dude. It's like, it's how do you say it? It's very cowardly, like,
right.
Because I see it with my own eyes, dude. And people can be like, oh yeah, you know what? You should be very how do you say? You should be what's that word? Like, how do you? There's a word I'm stuck on. People are saying like, oh, you should be flattered, that.
Oh yeah, flattery. Copying is flattery, right?
And in the beginning, yes. But if I were to tell someone like, dude, be original. Like, find your own. It's Casey Neistat said it the best. Everyone's trying to do, his time lapse things, his, his epic cinematic pictures and stuff like that.
Right.
That worked for Casey. Casey is Casey. He's
right.
the best. He goes, find the best thing that you're good at, and just keep on continue following it.
Right.
My stuff, like I'll tell you right now, my editing is horrible. I still use iMovie. I chop the hell out of it up.
I use iMovie too, man.
Yeah, Cusco just confirmed your editing's crap in chat. Cusco just confirmed your editing. No, I'm joking.
But in all reality, though, it's like, for example, you take Cusco's editing. Well, are we back on?
Yeah.
Okay. So Cusco has amazing editing, dude. His editing skills are great.
Oh, phenomenal, dude.
I've tried and I can't do it. It's just impossible. But I mean, what I've noticed that has worked for me is honestly just being me.
Right.
It works great for me. I tried doing some other things. I saw other people doing it, but again, why am I going to follow someone else's steps when I'm man enough to, you know, make my own steps. You know, there's a lot of people out there, man, that are so either insecure or they have no imagination in their head, and they honestly want to bite every little piece of another person's success from what they've done.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like that's a big part of like how you said in the beginning is really building your brand, because when you stick to your roots, your brand will always be authentic, and it'll never feel inauthentic because of that. And people hate that. Hate that. They see through it eventually. You can't fake it forever, especially on YouTube.
Yes, trust me. I've seen it more and more, and like I always tell people, like they're gonna start YouTube channels, like, dude, just brand yourself and just feel what that fits you best, and just, you know, run with it.
Right.
The best thing, you know. Like, look at Harry. Harry's not a cool guy.
Right.
No, just like.
But he plays. He pretends. You know.
You know.
Poor Harry. I thought you were like lining that one up the serve, and then you just spiked it. Like,
like, look at Harry.
Like, it's
terrible.
Just don't spill beer, and you'll be okay, Miguel. Just
right. Yeah, like Harry had to spit out beer everywhere on the last live. Gosh, I tell you what. And so, how does that take into step for like your then ball python collection? You know, you've obviously taken a leap forward in what you originally done. You know, you started making big investments and bigger investments. So at what point, like, did you feel comfortable making those bigger investments? Like, is there any like tips or maybe insight you can give it to somebody?
As far as, you know, with the confidence on that is when I first bought my first expensive male, right, breeder male.
Right.
And he cost me $6,500. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, man.
Right. And I'm gonna talk money right now. This guy knows the perfect time.
Right.
So I bought this male from Justin, and I was like, okay, $6,500. I've never spent that much money. This is like a year or 2 years ago.
Right.
And I was really like, damn, like, I hope this works out, man. If it doesn't, what am I gonna do? A lot of people don't like me right now because I'm starting this whole YouTube thing, and, you know, this wannabe Brian Barczyk, and, you know, this guy with money, blah, blah, blah. So I was kind of thinking like, man, are people actually gonna buy from me? Because that was my biggest fear.
Right.
So the first season, that male gives me like 9 clutches, right?
Yeah.
With that one male, because I wrote everything down, how much I purchased for this male, and with him and a couple of females, it was about like $13,000 in. Because
right.
weren't that expensive, they're all hit. I made a total of $43,000 out of those, just that group.
From that original male, essentially.
Yeah, right. Just that male. Right. So that gave me some confidence where I was like, holy hell.
Right.
You know, like there was a time where I was hatching a lot of stuff. I wasn't even able to put stuff on Morph Market. People are like, hey, I just saw you had clutch. How much selling that for? And I was like, oh man, I don't know. Hold on. Hey Justin, if you were to sell this snake, you know, how much you sell?
Right, would you sell?
I put it for here and there. All right, cool. Hey man, it's good. Yeah, and boom, and just they were selling them like left and right. And after that, it really got me. It gave me some confidence to really like, okay, you know what? I'll buy a $10,000 snake, you know, because now that I know that I did brand myself, and I do have these females now that I could work with, you know. Yeah. But I sometimes think it's hard because I could tell someone, hey, go buy an $8,000 snake, and it might not work out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. There's more to it.
But if you have confidence in yourself and doing this, and you're doing it like right, dude, you'll get that money back. You'll get that money back with anything that you do.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's that confidence with yourself, man. Trust me, man. I've learned a lot, man. I mean, dude, I dropped out of 9th grade. You know, I never got a diploma or anything, dude. And I learned some things the hard way. But again, I wouldn't go back and change anything. You know, like sometimes I know, like I get so, you know, I'm not confident about my grammar or certain things like that. But as far as work ethic and confidence in something that I want to do, oh, dude, man, I have like a freaking battle.
Yeah, you're ready to roll, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what you need. That's what you need. You know, you need that. You need that confidence to push you forward, because that confidence is going to bring you to those next steps. And look, you know what it's done for you. It's pushed you forward every I feel like intermittent or breaking point has pushed you forward instead of holding you back. And that's, you know, that's
that and another thing too, though, you know, since I was younger, man, I always get fueled by when people say, oh, he's not going to be able to do it. There's no way he's going to get out of it. No, he's going to do it. Dude, that just like lightens me up, man.
Right.
So funny, man. A year ago or two, there were so much people. Yeah, he's going to last 1 year. He's not going to do this. He's going to do that. Everyone that said that, they're not even in it.
Yeah.
Like if they were talking about themselves, dude.
Right.
You know, it's crazy. It's a crazy industry, man. But you meet some great people, you meet some bad people, but it's no different than any other kind of, business or life itself, man. It's just like being in school.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's just
Yeah.
learning that as soon as possible. The earliest is the best thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think now it's like from my ups and downs, and I kind of feel very grounded to where I'm at and very confident in what my next move and what my next steps are to be.
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, so we've got a couple minutes to the top of the hour. We've had a ton of questions pop in. I don't know. You guys want to kind of shift gears and go to some Q&A
we can do
from chat?
Yeah, because I feel like there's been a lot of questions. We can kind of move that forward. I don't know if you have one off the top of your head.
Well, Heather's been posting them to our Hangouts.
Yes. I know Will Moros over there asked how do you decide, since you've been making these bigger and bigger, quality animals and stuff like that, how do you decide what to keep and what to sell? Or do you ever struggle with keeping or selling or stuff like that?
I struggle with that a lot.
Right.
One thing that I did do that I did mess up, and that's a good question actually, is because I had a couple of clutches, and even Tina was like, everything was completely like top notch, right?
Right.
But I wanted to sell these snakes, so I wanted to buy another snake.
Yeah.
So this was the biggest mistake. I sold everything, and I was like, wow, I made some good money. I bought this. But about 1 month passed, and then some other stuff hatched, and I was like, oh my God, I needed those 3 animals so bad.
Right.
So
yeah.
to be honest, I am still working on that. I can't say, oh, I've learned this or that already. To me, this is the learning process right now, because now I'm at the point where I am making stuff that's pretty like top notch to say.
Yeah.
But again, it's like before I sell them now or get too excited because someone was offering me good money for them, I really need to sit down and really think like 2 years ahead. Am I going to need this guy? So to answer this question, I'm still learning that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I
mean, I could lie and be like, oh, I already got it down, but no, it's
no.
still,
yeah. I think that'll be a constant struggle though throughout the entire experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is one of the biggest kind of hurdles when producing some cool stuff is like, what do you keep? What do you sell? I mean, you can't keep all of it, right?
No.
I don't know. Willis does.
Yeah.
That is true.
Will keeps all his stuff, dude.
He won't give any of us anything. What is up, Will? Dang it. But yeah, so all right, we've got some other good ones coming in here. We've had some awesome questions. So, like, where do you sell snakes? Kind of going off of like what Will's saying. So the ones you choose, what's your platform? Where do you sell most?
Honestly, it's people just email me through YouTube. Other than that, I'll have a couple of snakes on Morph Market.
Morph Market. Yeah. Morph Market's cool, but that's great to hear actually that YouTube, Instagram, you sell any through there too or not?
It's always when 90% of the snakes that I sold were all through YouTube. It was literally when I did a video of something hatching or something, I either got a call, a message, an email, and the snake was already sold. That's what people are like, oh my gosh, you're not going to vend or you're not going to do this. I've honestly been blessed enough where people, it's easier for them to buy and say they didn't buy it from me, because you're like, hey man, just keep a lot, I'm going to buy the snake off of you.
Right.
Honestly, I had some people like, hey man, don't tell someone I buy. I'm like, all right, go ahead, as long as you're buying it, take it.
Yeah, that was something I was going to kind of ask is, do you think there's an importance in the modern market for shows, or do you think there's not need?
I think shows are great. I think it's good to go out there and like brand yourself and, show everyone what you have.
Right.
I myself, I would love to vend maybe, 3 to 4 years from now. But as of right now, I don't think I'll be vending anytime soon.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to need to.
Yeah. And then do you think that's just because of inventory?
I think honestly right now that my YouTube is and again my brand myself has been giving me the being able to be this blessed to just be able to sell them off of that is pretty pretty cool, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's amazing because Morph Market's a great market, right? Like it's the best market to come out that we've had.
It is.
To date, right? King Snake was a royal PETA to search through because everything's in a giant freaking list.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid you lose your place and then
Or
Yeah.
the list
Yeah.
refreshes. Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, Fauna was kind of the same way, where it's just a bunch of posts. Morph Market organized it, made it easy for all of us. And no, we are not sponsored by Morph Market. I just like it that much.
Yeah. No, I think the Morph Market platform is amazing. I've sold a lot of
Amazing.
stuff on there.
Yeah,
I just got really lucky in the beginning when I would show off the clutches and people would message me right away.
totally.
But it's just Morph Market and my YouTube. You know, Morph
Yeah.
Market is the way to go, man.
Right. So what I hear from you is like how important a YouTube channel is, and today's kind of
Everybody should have a YouTube, a Instagram, a Facebook, whatever. The reason why I say that, I think people nowadays, you know, they're saying, oh, there's this new wave coming in. Dude, you could get, for example, say if you put you and this random guy and you guys had the same thing, but so much people are already used to seeing you, like I'm watching you right now on the phone or on the TV. You already have some kind of gravitation with that person. You feel like if you know them, you know? So when you have two snakes right there, who are you really going to buy it from? The guy that you don't know or the guy that you see on TV every week?
Right.
The guy that you see on TV. And I mean, you don't have to go on there and do a daily blog or do something like that. I mean, you know who has a channel and I always watch is Garrett DeMeyer, right? From dude, he is so simple with the stuff. Show you his snakes, show you his dude, and I love it. I could sit down and watch like a 17-minute video of this thing, and it's the most basic video you could see out there.
Yep. And I get the notification. I always,
Here. Like he had one today. I think it was about clowns.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just think when people want to get into and they want to find a solid base as far as social media, YouTube's a great thing to do, man. And the cool thing about it's like people get to see who that person is, man. And they kind of see you progress in life and with your reptiles every month. It's such a cool thing, man. And here's the best thing about it, man. Like people ask me, oh, you're getting paid through YouTube now? It's like, yeah. But if I wasn't getting paid, I mean, I would still be doing that. I mean, think about it. But what platform gives the ability to advertise and then they pay you?
Exactly.
That is ridiculous. No one does that. Think of it from a financial point of view. We're literally on platforms that will pay us to advertise.
Absolutely.
That's like 180.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense.
Pay for advertisement.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
You know? But that's looking at it from a business side of it, you know. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, like we all love reptiles. Obviously, that's why we're doing this, right? Nobody's willing to shovel snake crap every day unless we really like these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like having the benefit, like you're saying, of putting some content out there, getting some advertisement for yourself, and getting paid for it, and then having you know, a lot of people need to remember too is it's not just can you breed these snakes, right? You need to think a couple steps past that of, you know, what are you going to do with all these snakes you're breeding, right? I mean, if you're planning on keeping all of them, hey, cool, go for it, man. Do you, you know? But I know myself, like throughout all the clutches I produced through the years, if I were to keep all of them, I would have to move into a new house. They would be taking up every space that I have here.
What if you and I moved down, and then we had our own space?
See, that's sorry, Heather. We're out.
Bye, Heather.
Wait, Heather's cool. Heather's cool.
You are cool though. Hey, can we see Heather real quick? Let me see Heather.
Heather, come here.
Heather, come here.
Come here.
Heather, hurry. I want to see your face.
Come here, Heather.
Hi,
Heather,
Miguel.
I think
you're
cool.
pretty.
You are pretty. I like you, Heather.
So you and Adam are going to get your own place, and me and Tina are going to get our own place.
I honestly think for like the love of the reptiles and the Fresh to Evolve, I think it's a great idea. We're doing this for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just remember, we're doing it for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have a separate conversation about that.
Hey, buddy, I'll see you in Vegas in a little while.
All right. I got some mirrors.
Oh, man. All right, so we've got some other questions coming in. Here's some good ones. Chris Graham wanted to know what the inspiration behind naming White Essay.
Oh, it was just something that I thought of one day, and It just fit the snake. No one else had any kind of involvement in it. No one gave me a tip on it or anything. Nobody. Nobody. It was just me. Just me. Nobody at all. Honestly, it was my own thing. I woke up and I was like, you know.
Dude, that's why that's it.
No,
Well, you should just give yourself a big pat on the back.
Chris Graham actually is the one that gave him that name. Is that what you wanted to hear, Chris?
I think so.
Yeah, Chris actually did name him White Essay.
Did he stick around for the answer? We'll see. And our good buddy down south, MJ, Miguel, will you ever breed milk snakes? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, actually, I would love to. I think they're cool.
Sweet. Awesome. I like it. Good job.
So, what's your dream combo if you could make something, anything?
Two. Could I say two of them?
You could say, yeah, sure. It's got to be a combo.
A Hypo Pompeii and a Sunset Batman.
Yeah.
Only in 2 years, hopefully, I think I'll be able to hit those. So.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, the Hypo Pompeii. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, the Hypo is great.
That's what I'm going to be breeding: a spot nose, yellow belly. What is it? Spot nose, yellow belly, red stripe clown to a black pastel hypo clown.
Right.
That alone will make the Pompeii hit hypo, and then some other little things waiting on the side that I'll be able to,
Yeah. Pieces of the puzzle, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those are two cool ones right there that I would like to see.
Yeah. Obviously, the Sunset Batman.
Yeah, that would be freaking sick.
That's insane.
That's
Oh, you know what? Another hypo Batman. I think that'll be insane too.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, I love hypo, man. I think it's a really underrated gene.
It's
okay.
I'm loving it more and more now. It's like amazing, dude. It's getting more popular now, man.
Yeah, I think it is.
A year
Only
ago,
like 2/3 of my collection has it. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
A year ago, I didn't want any hypo stuff. And now it's like I want everything with hypo, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's how I started. So when I first started looking at, I was looking at pictures. I'm like, why do I want my snake to be in shed all the time? Like, you know what I mean?
That's cool.
like that was the way I first started looking at it. But like as more and more things I was seeing, I was like, oh, and as my eye kind of got more trained looking, because I really do have to say, like the ball python, all the different genes out there, you have to be semi-trained kind of to really see some of the intricate stuff.
Take the appreciation of it.
And the appreciation for it and the whole deal. I mean, my mom still looks at all of them. It's like, I like the yellow one. And I'm like, well, Mom, there's like 5 different types of yellow one. Which one? Just the most yellow. Like, you know? And so, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. We have other awesome questions. Are you ever planning on breeding sugar gliders?
No, that is straight like no. I'm gonna leave that to the sugar glider people. No, that's a good straight no.
Okay.
I don't know anyone that would want to breed sugar gliders.
I'm trying to see who posted that one again. I think it was
probably
Harrison.
Matt Byram or
it was Byram. I think it was Byram.
Yeah.
I know where it's going. I know where this is going.
It was Harrison for Byram. That's what
yeah. That makes sense.
All right, let's see. Nick wants to know, Renowned Reptiles wants to know, what's the best way to get exposure when starting social media accounts?
Getting a friend that has a high following to shout you out.
Yeah, that's simple. It is simple.
It really is. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, just in the beginning when I was hanging out with Barczyk, I mean, that skyrocketed me a lot, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that helps out.
But not just having that one shout out. I mean, other little things too. I mean, having like being repeated, frequently. You know, people like that. We're also doing a combination of 3 or 4 different people, doing a giveaway of some sorts. I remember when you guys know a Breeder Underground, right?
Yeah.
BCH. So when I first started, I think I had like 700 followers, and he had about like 900 or 1,000. And he hit me up randomly. He goes, "Hey, I'm doing this giveaway, you know, where it's like they like your page after like my page," and he had someone else in it. And dude, like in 3 weeks, he was like in 2,000, and I was like in 1,500 followers. I forgot the method he did, but something down the lines like that is very, very good exposure as far as, you know, getting, you know, your social media out there.
Right.
Okay, so some giveaways.
Yeah, but he did it really good though. Like where it's like you had to share it on. First, you had to share his page, and you had to share my page, and you had to follow all of us, you know, to get that winning. But dude, it was he had it down really, really good.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's smart. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So Breeder Underground, if you're watching, BCH, American Balls, whatever damn freaking name you're at now, that was a good idea, man.
Yeah.
I need to do it again.
Dude, yeah, Breeder Underground he's on here right now, so he just said I love you, SA. That's what he said.
that or you can just buy your followers. I mean, people do that nowadays.
You could buy your followers. I think you can buy likes too.
Yeah.
What's the best company to go to? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. No,
I have no idea.
No, I thought
I have all my followers bought.
No, I don't.
I will show you my impressions and my activity on my page. That was a good one, Adam. That was good.
Yeah, what's the 5-star rated one?
Cheers, brother. Oh man, too funny. All right, we've got a bunch of other stuff coming in here. Let's see.
Well, we have the infamous sleeper gene question.
Oh, I do like that one. Let's do that one.
We kind of talked about some stuff like that, but what do you think? What do you think's the biggest, heaviest, underweighted hitter?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, if it was like you're talking like what's the next big gene, then I could tell you which one I think is going to be.
Well, okay, let's answer that question too then.
I think puzzle.
Yeah.
I think hands down puzzle is going to be the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already seeing everything that I liked. I mean, I know someone just posted on Facebook this puzzle stuff. I mean, dude, it is honestly the next like top gene. I'm telling you right now. I think it's gonna be better than a lot of genes. I think it's gonna be better than some honestly sunset stuff. I think it's gonna be better than monsoon stuff. I think it's gonna be better than, you know, the only one that's hard to compare to is gonna be the clown, but just because clown's been so, you know, Justin done so much amazing things with the clown, but other than that, man, I think the puzzle it's the way to go. It's the next new thing for people to get into, start, you know, making these crazy combos.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wouldn't consider that exactly underrated anymore, to be honest.
So that's why I had to say, you know, next year, I think. But underrated gene, I mean, I don't know. There's not really anything to me. Pastel.
Yeah, pastel.
I'm just joking.
Well, I think pastel does get overlooked a lot just because we've seen it just smash through every freaking morph out there.
It had to though. It had to.
Yeah, it has to. Right.
I think pastel and a lot of things is needed though. I think in Desert Ghost is needed. I think in puzzle it's needed. I mean, I've seen puzzles and then pastel puzzles. I'll take the pastel puzzle hands down.
Absolutely.
Down, without a doubt.
Yeah. So the pastel puzzles even, and I feel like it changes the pattern even.
It does.
Even the color.
Yeah, it's like a big pattern changer. I mean, pastel does good with a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at what it does to Desert Ghost. I mean, in all honesty,
it's amazing with Desert Ghost.
Dude, silly in Desert Ghost.
Yeah.
Silly.
Or even, dude, even highways and freeways. I mean,
absolutely.
It's only with pastel. It's a crazy difference. Dude.
It's 100% necessary in highways and freeways. I agree to that. That's an overlooked thing right there that you don't even consider too, how important that is.
Team pastels.
Yeah.
Goes best with normals.
Goes best with normals.
Super normal.
Super normal pastel, man.
Let's see.
Well, we have our lightning round too. We have to hit.
Oh yeah, let's do that while some other questions come in. And
fill in. All right. So we got the lightning round. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Is AEP ready? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite color?
I wasn't ready. This way, teal. Teal. I was joking. I was ready. Teal.
Then we had a freeze frame there.
I was joking. Teal.
All right. So this is I feel like our question, and I feel like I'm gonna get ragged on right now. So we've talked about jeans tonight, and so now let's talk about the jeans that you wear. Do you have a button fly or a zipper fly?
Oh, zipper, dude. What am I? Where's buttons?
There it is.
Buttons?
Dude, buttons are the way to go. All right, you don't know. You don't.
Yeah,
you don't.
You're like a baby. And
No, dude. No, dude.
That's the only
Like
way
a
you
baby.
The only button jeans I remember are the ones that Ace had when he was little, and it's just because they buttoned all the way to the bottom to take the diaper out.
Yeah, but
Heather says buttons are too slowly undone. So we'll just leave it at that and we'll move on.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Family friendly.
Favorite childhood movie?
Oh my gosh, dude. American Me.
American Me? Dude, I've never
Actually,
Wear the shirt.
It was actually Blood In, Blood Out, to be honest.
I've never seen that.
Okay. Thrashing.
What was
I
it?
love thrashing also.
With Corey Webster? Jesus.
Joel
I
didn't
love
grow
you
up in
guys.
California.
Dude, I haven't seen that either.
Brad? Anybody?
Brad? Or do you say
You haven't
Rad?
seen Rad? Yeah,
I feel
Rad.
like I've seen Rad. I feel like I've seen Rad.
The BMX bikers.
Yeah. Yeah, these are all like skating videos, right?
Yeah, dude, Thrashing was an amazing, amazing movie. Dude, Hook and the Daggers. Dude, Hook and the Daggers were legit.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, we did like Crusty Demons and like dirt bike stuff. I didn't see that stuff.
Do you remember the Dirt Bike Kid?
Yeah, the dirt bike kid. Or the
motorcycle used to fly.
one on the Disney Channel. There was the motocross dude on Disney Channel.
Holy crap. How old are you, Joel?
No, 30 right now.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I was gonna say. I know every single movie you're saying, Miguel.
I know. Thank you. I know. Thank you. But the funny thing is, I know the movie that Joel's talking about too, which is pretty cool too, though.
Yeah, motocross, dude. That was
motocross. Yeah.
That was a bad one. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Favorite thing to eat?
Sandwiches.
Oh my God, yeah.
I love sandwiches.
I love
Everybody
sandwiches.
And my family knows that sandwiches are the thing that I eat the most. I love sandwiches.
Dude, yes. My family just opened some Jersey Mike's. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, it's really
you can't
cool.
go wrong. Did they put a bag of chips in there?
Dude, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dude, I love sandwiches. Ugh. Okay. Any superpower, what would it be?
Out of what?
It's any. That defines any. Just all of them. If you, I guess, pick from
I
any.
would like to fly.
Okay, fly. That's good. I feel like that's a solid answer. Everybody answers that.
Can you give us your flying pose? What would be your flying pose?
Yeah, would you have to do a pose?
Just like that. Or hands all back. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would fly like
Goku.
Yes. Dude, Goku's the.
Yeah.
how about powdered toast crunch man? Butt first. So you could twerk. Sorry, go ahead.
That's it. And that concludes. There we are. We end it with that. Our segues are getting better, man. They're getting better. So now I guess we can jump into those chat questions. I don't know if anything jumped out there.
Let's see. Anything you guys want to ask Miguel?
Yeah, because we're hitting that hour-long mark. We try to keep them just under or just over an hour.
And I got like 5% left on my phone before.
Yeah, so we're trying to manage Miguel's phone right now. Also,
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but that's why I kept on touching it. I was like, no, please, give me a little bit more.
Who brought up the puzzle?
You did, Miguel.
Yeah.
What about it?
MJ was just asking who brought puzzles up.
How did I get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, because of Adam.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't even know anything about puzzles, and then I was like, hey, man, you know what would be cool? Look at this puzzle. Like, dude, those things are whack. And I started really looking into it, and I was like, holy shit, maybe he does know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm all about puzzles, dude.
Yeah. So I guess another quick question is, where can, if anybody doesn't know, where can they get a hold of you at? And what are what's your show schedule like coming up? You know, are you going to be at anything?
Get a hold of me, Mark. What's it called? IG is the easiest one, or email alwaysevolvingpythons@gmail.com. As far as shows, I'll be going to Daytona. We're going to a small Kansas City show, CRBE, Pomona, San Diego, Tinley, and I definitely want to go back to an Austin show.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. When is the Daytona show? Is that coming up before?
That's in June. No, July.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. You should go. It's pretty cool. It's big.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that actually. I didn't know there was one coming up.
We should set up like a whole posse of like people, and then we should get like this big bus and just do kind of like a road trip.
We should do a tour, dude. Reptile show.
That'd be freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, I would love it.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
And we hit up like every bar. And, oh, dude.
Yeah, duh. I mean, duh.
Let's look into it.
And Matt Byron would like to know where you and Harry went on your first date.
Actually, I do remember our first date. Our first date was out in Chicago, and it was, what was that pizza?
Yeah, what was that place?
Big pizza.
Yeah, where we ordered like 10 of them. Even.
Yeah, they were like this thick.
What was it? What was that? Not DiGiorno's. I don't remember.
I can't remember it either.
Giovanni's.
Something like that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. All right.
Are you still gonna hit the sack show up?
It depends. That sack show is one like a really, really good show. If it doesn't get in the middle of the CRBE, yes.
Right.
If it doesn't, then because I already made plans to go to CRBE.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're going too.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I'm not hanging out with Miguel though, but we're going.
No, Adam and I are gonna do our own thing.
Heather goes, we aren't.
Wait, Heather's going?
Wait.
Dude, if Heather goes, that show's gonna be a lot. Like, you're not gonna have fun. Trust me.
Jordan.
Burn. All right. So SoCal Exotics wants to know, who's the funniest essay on your social network?
Oh, dude, SoCal has to be for sure. He sends me some stuff, dude, that just gets me. Dude, he sends me some random cholo stuff. But it's funny, the things that he sends me, not too much people will get the humor on it. And I freaking crack up, dude. So big shout out to SoCal right there. He sent me some.
Let's see. What do you think the best enhancer gene is?
The enhancer itself. Get it? Enhancer gene. Desert Ghost.
What about Desert Ghost?
No, I think enhancers are better.
You do you? What?
It's the same damn thing. The only difference is a different name.
No way.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you guys.
All right, let's see. Oh, Miguel, we lost you. Do whatever you did before. Switch the camera back.
Yeah, you're frozen, or he's gone. Forever.
Oh, he keeps getting text messages and bouncing out. I bet you that's what it is. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Maybe this is how Maybe this is just how the interview ends. Maybe it just stops right here. Miguel's out. His phone might have died.
Oh, that is true. We were running low.
We'll give this a couple more minutes, I feel like, to see if this works out.
That his phone died. I think you're right. That battery for sure.
How else would we want to end it, though? You know,
or somebody else also shouted out squirrel, which there may be a squirrel in the room.
And Celia wanted to know if he breeds his dogs. Well, here's one of the babies.
He doesn't breed anymore, but this is when he bred. Loki. Try high.
Oh, he's super tired.
I know. He's like, dude, Dad, what you doing?
Right.
But want to hang out for a bit?
Yeah, we could give him a couple more seconds to see if he comes back on.
But yeah, we'll be wrapping up. I mean, if anybody else has any last minute questions, then would love to thank everybody for joining tonight. Had a huge oh, there it is. His phone died.
Yep, he's out. So I guess at this point, sorry for any questions we didn't get asked or answered. We'll have another episode, I am sure, when we can bring them down, and we'll try.
That was perfect for Miguel's exit.
Absolutely. That essentially
the Irish goodbye.
Couldn't have ended any better, honestly.
Exactly.
Like this is perfect. This is perfect. So again, like Adam was saying, thanks everybody for tuning in. Everybody's information is down in the description. If you had any problem getting anything done, check everybody out. Thanks again. I mean, this was a lot of fun. Chat was awesome tonight. Super respectful, which is always great. We have a lot of people in here, so really appreciate that.
Really appreciate that. That's for sure.
And
Loki says, peace out.
See you guys later.
See you guys.